Thank you very much, Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. I wish to thank you for inviting the Parliamentary Assembly of the Mediterranean today and for giving me the opportunity to share our regional perspective on climate finance. As an interparliamentary organization, we share a common resolve towards achieving the SDGs and make of the Mediterranean an example for other regions of the world. To this end, we work in close collaboration with several international financial institutions, such as the World Bank and IMF, but also with other international bodies, such as the COP, which we are committed to helping in the upcoming COP27 in Egypt with a dedicated interparliamentary event. In our region, we are at a turning point. Temperatures are rising 20% faster than the global average. Biodiversity, food security, economy at large, tourism, and coastal areas are already under threat. And as indicated at the last report by the UN panel on climate change, we are facing an environmental disaster. The Russian aggression against Ukraine, in addition to the food supply crisis, has further highlighted the need to build economies that are far less reliant on fossil fuels, which exacerbate vulnerability to geopolitical pressure. In this context, allow me to praise the work the World Bank and IMF is helping the survival and the resistance of the Ukrainian people through the continuous flow of critical financial support. Dear colleagues, our economies will have to go through a systemic transition. This transition requires capital, and it has become imperative to connect green transition projects with the capital markets. In this context, the use of green bonds, for instance, could be instrumental in financing the low carbon transition. Between 2015 and 2020, they grew of around 50%, and more importantly, they are helping to achieve a paradigm shift in the investing world with a greater integration of environmental, social, and corporate governance considerations. At PAM, we also support microcredit systems. For this reason, we are developing a startup market project, which we hope that by facilitating SMEs and startups access to finance, will contribute to a greater financial inclusion of our region. In conclusion, I wish to recall the PAM is organizing the first ever Davos of the Mediterranean, which will be held tentatively in November in Morocco, intended to bring together all the relevant stakeholders, including the representative of international financial institutions, to discuss the main issues regarding the economic and the climate-related challenges faced by our region, and to identify possible solution for an integrated Euro-Mediterranean and Gulf economic and energy zone. I hope to meet you all there in person very soon, and I thank you very much for this session. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Sebastian, thank you so much. And what an exciting note on which to conclude your remarks there. This is exactly the kind of creative diplomacy, creative climate diplomacy that I think we need if we're to move from the strategy to the specifics. You know, very often when we get together for these meetings, we talk about projects and proposals in a very high level way, whereas actually for parliamentarians, you know, we communicate in specifics in much shorter sentences. And one of the things that we've got to do politically is translate the strategy into the specifics. And initiatives like yours, I think, will make a big difference in helping us do that, to craft a much stronger and more persuasive narrative for the changes that we need to make.